This is take 3 in doing a video on my channel agenda, and this is more for myself than any viewer I could have, because if I start talking about it, it might drag me along. And right now we have this whole list of games that I kind of want to do and not enough time, and I would be open about the kind of jobs that I would have at the time, mine being truck driver. I run 10 hours and then I sleep close to 10 hours, run 10 hours, sleep 10 hours, and I just don't have as much time as I wish I did. And then right now I'm on Age of Empires 2. I'm in the middle of the scripting process. Anytime I don't have service for hotspot data, I'll be working on the Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy video. However, there's two other things I would do, and that is a series of recordings that I would call chasing the dopamine, where whatever the dopamine is requesting, or some other video game I'm trying to get out of the way, let's say Red Dead 2, because it's taking up about 100 gigabytes of storage on my hard drive. Another one would be Space Marine 2. It's taking up space on my hard drive. Fertile Crescent, because it's a game small enough, I could do a rather quick video on it. And then the other type of thing I would do or work on is storied video type content. What I mean by that is like something like what Trafalgar does, but not necessarily Ark. I wouldn't do Ark anytime soon. If I did do Ark, or maybe DayZ, like this guy lives under a clan in the hole in the ground the whole entire time until they go and take him out. And another YouTuber that kind of inspires me, that made me realize what kind of content I would like to watch and the type of content I think I would like to make, is Martin Cedo Pants, because he used to do these review type videos like the Factorio game, or Just Cause 2, Civilization 5, Arma 3, From the Depths. And then right around here, he's just started making whatever he felt like by the looks of it. And there's two particular videos that I'm going to be doing on that kind of matter, where the first one is taking one of the missions I did in this Age of Empires 1 video, because it's a shameful display and I wish to fix my shameful display. And there's another one where I am replicating my first ever Shogun 2 Total War game, where I have certain rules to handicap myself because I didn't know how to play the game very effectively, like maxing out the taxes. And then going back to this list, there's a whole theme that I kind of want to do, which is like between these, let's say, this space of like Age of Empires 2 to Enemy Territory, Wolfenstein. These are games that I played when I was a kid. And then when we get to like Destroy All Humans to about Halo Reach would be the games I would have played when I was a teenager, and then from Rome 2 onwards on this kind of list are kind of the games that I got into like way after the fact. Let's say like Rome 2 came out when I was in college. Yeah, I would have been starting my second year, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I would have been starting my second year. And then they're not necessarily after this point of like Rome 2 Total War on, there really isn't a order of how I encountered the game. There will be in the time, let's say I lost my job and had to quit my truck driving job or whatever happened. What I would do is like 3 videos at the same time of on this list of like just going down the list, and then I would also do the Paradox games on the list, and then my, where are they? 2 MMOs that I play put on the list as well at the same time. And then when I got done with that, because I imagined myself I would get through the Paradox games first before even coming close to finishing the gargantuan tasks of like the story of these kind of games of like Star Wars Galaxies and Black Desert, and because and then the next thing after that would be like, because the repeatable content of some of these games that I play is like, I would do like the first video as like a review and a corresponding let's play for the whatever game I used as a review. I would start doing content like, let's say, Lathland or Ludi et Historia, and who, let's see here, Russian Badger. Well, that would be like way down the road, and then let's say I got requests for something that was on the list already, I would consider moving that particular game up on the list to being like the next one. And now that we made it here, so we got this tab, content creation goals. I don't remember what I was thinking when I wrote do some rebranding. I'm always looking at some way to, at this time in my channel, which is like just one video, I'm looking to streamline the scripting, recording the script, and editing process that comes with how little my free time actually is. And find bottlenecks in production process, streamline the process. I think those two kind of go together. We got down here major inspirations. We got Martin Pants, which I showed just a bit ago. And then we got Patrician TV. We're going to move Trafalgar over here. And then we're going to look up Patrician TV. And he does like these, let's see, one of my favorites, just on like how girthy this 8-hour Whirlwind video that he's done. I wouldn't necessarily go that far. I would probably do something more the lines of, but there's some of these retrospective videos, let's say Assassin's Creed Unity retrospective. White Light would be one. And then let's say Trafalgar, and we kind of already gone over him. And then minor inspirations like Mandalore Gaming, which is like a review channel. Seth, another, a comedy channel more than a review channel in my opinion. We got Lathland, who does these Paradox long form Let's Plays. Let's see, the last one he did 3 days ago for nearly 2 hours, and 2 months ago for 1 hour and 45 minutes, and so on. Ludi. Where he does, there it is, nearly 40 minutes and 30 minutes and 20 minutes, and there's this guy, Dark Viper AU. Kind of. Is the only game I'm thinking of speedrunning anytime soon. And that's not even the right word. Soon would be Freelancer. And then we got Russian Badger. If it came to that time, I would probably use a motion capture myself in the same way. Some ordinary gamers, maybe, because there's this whole thing of like showcasing one of my favorite websites, like My Abandoned Bear, where it's like abandoned games and you can just download them for free because you can't even acquire them to begin with anymore. Or if you did, good luck. And then Random Gaming in HD, he does these oddity type builds at one point. Like he did a dual CPU as in like 2 CPUs in a single motherboard kind of a build, to where between the 2 CPUs he totaled out at like 8 cores. Or you got even like this using the first Ryzen CPU for gaming in 2025, to which this is my very CPU that I have. Now, if you did watch this video, then thank you for sticking around. As a final note, as you've probably been hearing, eventually, yes, I do want to switch out my keyboard, because it also is partially irritating to me too when I go back to my own recordings, and some of the times I just hear